Well, today our topic is, religious horror stories in the sex and sexuality context. I thankfully, personally, have not had a personal experience, but I do know that we have plenty of stories to choose from.
No question, whether we're talking about in this room or nationally or internationally. You know, the truth is we started this show really because of this question, because of this issue, because religion so often
Well, what is that question?
Well, the question is, how do you express yourself sexually? How do you accept yourself sexually when religion in so many places and so many ways is the boot on the neck of our libidos?
Yep.
I don't want to overstate it, but I don't know that there is
I don't think you could overstate it.
Yeah, you know, for all of the laws and the concerns about diseases and all of the different things that might complicate our sexuality, I don't know that any of them complicate it more thoroughly than particularly large organized religion.
Yes. That's, I mean, short answer.
Yeah,
yep.
I mean, how do you even parse that out? Because it is such a big concept. I mean, we do it for an hour and a half every week in a lot of ways.
And you have many, many, many years to fill as long as that's the subject. I mean, really,
no question.
It's amazing how pervasive it is. I think that when it comes to sexual hang-ups after indoctrination, for many people, myself included, that was the last thing to go. I mean, because everything else you rationalize, oh, hey, this was part of indoctrination. Yeah, the idea of heaven and hell and these ideas of redemption and prayer, community, and these different things that wrap you up in religion. And you go, okay, well, now I'm shedding what I had before, but you don't always realize that it has tendrils that just burrow in. And so it's not until you're taking an honest look that you realize, holy crap, it is really...
Well, and I think that has a lot to do with the fact that it's pervasive in society now. The religious hang-ups have become the norm of our society, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think that that's true in a lot of ways. I may be somewhat unique in this, but I think I can also say that our sexuality is a huge part of what drives us. Right? I mean, we don't have to get overly Freudian, but the reality is how we view our sexuality and what we're willing to do in order to embrace that sexuality is a huge part of what defines us.
Oh, yeah.
Base instinct.
Right. So that being the case, for me, sexuality was sort of the thing that I was so desperately willing to seek out and pursue that it was what left religion in the dust for me.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if that wasn't such a barrier, I think I would likely still be the conservative Christian that I was raised to be.
Because in the realm of sex and sexuality, that was the biggest hurdle, but that was also the hurdle that you went over first?
Yeah, absolutely, because it was the one I had the most motivation towards. You know, I was never going to be a happy... repressed sexual person.
Sure.
And so my desire to seek that out is kind of what led me here to becoming a sex therapist, to you know, joining up with the ACA, like all of these things that have become such passions in my life is because I was sort of reacting to that very difficult situation.
That's awesome. I just want to take a second and say that is so cool. And I'm really, really glad you're here. And I'm really glad that you're getting to be someone that people can identify with in that way. You know, it's one thing for someone to say it's okay, but it's another for someone to say, I relate.
Yeah.
And there are so many people who go their entire lives without ever exploring what makes them happy because of, you know, whatever ridiculous societal norms were put on them, that they weren't able to explore, you know, what makes them sexually happy or fulfilled. So kudos to you, man. Cheers. I love it.
Yeah, and, you know, I would just say to anybody listening, anybody concerned, these are not unimportant issues. You know, we so often are looking at saying things like, oh, it's just sex. or kind of minimizing it. But it is a hugely important aspect of our identity. And so, I mean, it's enough so that we're willing to come here and talk about it every week, and I think with good cause.
Break down boundaries, hopefully.
Absolutely.
Rock on. So before we dig in, I gotta kind of break the wall of silence here, because I usually have energy drinks before Talk Heathen.
Yeah.
And right now I'm staring at a gin and tonic.
Oh, so that's what's in your mug?
Is this
weird that we have like matching mugs? I don't
know. Mine has a slight piney smell.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Sinner. All right.
That's because we have fun on Secular Sexuality.
You have fun, but you bring me on to the horror stories episode, not the kink episode. No,
right?
No, you got to bring me in the rough one. That's fine. By the way, we are reading the live chat. People are saying Eric needs to fill out a FetLife profile. The people want to know. They need to know.
The people, and by the people, I definitely mean the viewing audience, and nobody specifically that I know or that is in this room.
Or in the audience.
Bring me on horror stories. That's fine.
Searching for that. So stay tuned.
Who knows? There may be a guest appearance when Megan visits FetLife.
Oh, no. Actually, no, I'm looking forward to that.
Step it into those DMs.